God according to subject and title. Today's title, what we're going to deal with, is going to be the resurrection. We're going to look at this resurrection because this is a topic that many people don't talk about. Some people don't understand, and some people don't talk about it enough. We're going to look at this lesson. This lesson also could be called, this could be a born again lesson. This lesson could be called the lesson for eternal life. Or it could be called, some people call it the reincarnation, the resurrection. Some people call it the afterlife. Some people in the Bible spoke of as the regeneration. It's all talking about the resurrection. And we're going to look at this lesson. We're going to start at 1 Corinthians chapter 15. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 talks a lot about the resurrection. We're going to open it up in 1 Corinthians chapter 15. And we're going to look at this because, like I said, you have people who, they say they believe on the resurrection, but they don't even talk about it, and they don't talk about it in some terms. And you have some people that don't even believe in the resurrection. And they believe, but they say they believe in the Bible. So we're going to look at this, 1 Corinthians 15, and I want you to pick it up at verse 12, my brother. 1 Corinthians 15 and verse 12. All right, when you get that, go ahead.
Now Christ being preached that he rose from the dead, how say some among you that there is no resurrection of the dead?
Now, if Christ be preached that he rose from the dead, that's what we're talking about. I say some people there's no resurrection. You have some people that all they believe in is the Old Testament. They don't believe in the resurrection. We're going to look at this lesson because I don't understand. But go ahead and read.
But if there be no resurrection of the dead, then is Christ not risen. And if Christ be not risen, then is our preaching vain, and your faith is also vain.
So all the preaching that's going, if Christ be not risen from the dead, then all this, because this resurrection is about Jesus also. Because if Jesus had not done what he did, we would not have life. Through his resurrection, we have life. Through the shedding of his blood, we have remission of sins and forgiveness of sin. Through his resurrection, that's how we, but if he never rose from the dead, then everybody's still sinners and everybody's still going to the fire. Because this resurrection is important. This is what this is your whole goal that you're trying to get to. And that's why I want to look at this lesson. It's a basic lesson, but we're going to cover some things in this lesson. Now I say, if Christ be not risen, then our preaching is vain and your faith is vain. People in church, if it ain't no resurrection, and you don't even talk about it, people in church dancing, hand ties, hand music, showing up, period, it's all for nothing. If it's no resurrection, this is what it's all about. And we're going to look at this. What verse is it?
Verse 15.
All right, skip down to verse 16 and go ahead.
For if the dead raise not, then is not Christ raised.
If the dead don't rise, then Christ is not risen. Go ahead.
And if Christ be not raised, your faith is vain. Ye are yet in your sins.
You're still in the sins. Go ahead.
Then they also which are fallen asleep in Christ are perished.
Now, if those that died dealing with the word of God, they perish forever if there's no resurrection. They just gonna be in the grave forever, but that ain't how it is. But we're gonna look at it. Go ahead.
Verse 19. If in this life only we have hope in Christ, we are of all men most miserable.
Now, if this the only life, then if we only believe that this the only thing that it is, and after this ain't nothing else, you're like the most miserable person around. Because if it ain't no resurrection, like Brother Bowie said, he gonna rush to that sin, right? I think I'm gonna outrush him to that sin. Because I got some unfinished business with sin. I want to learn about some new sin too, if it ain't no resurrection. But we know it is a resurrection. So that's why we do what we do. We show up on the Sabbath day. We listen to this word. We order our life according to what the Lord says, these statutes and laws. All the statutes and laws. Not just prophecy. The main thing is ordering your attitude right. Because if you ain't doing that, we're going to look at that in this lesson too. You ain't going to attain to that resurrection, what the Lord talked about. But we're going to look at it. What verse?
Verse 20.
Go ahead.
For now is Christ risen from the dead and become the firstfruits of them that slept.
See, Christ is the only one that died and did what he did and raised to everlasting life. You had many people that died. You had some people go to the hospital, they dead. They hit them with the shocker and bring them back. That's a resurrection. Jesus raised people when he walked. He raised Lazarus. He raised some other people. He raised a little girl. He came and touched the casket. Young man rose up. You had Elijah raise a young man. You had resurrections, but those people died again. This resurrection is the one where you raised, you go into everlasting life. We're going to look at this. And that's what Jesus did. He's the only one that did it. If somebody tell you different, they like it. Tell them prove it. Read it to you. And see, once you tell somebody to read it to you, they get all nervous and stuff. Why you can't read it? Why you want to talk about reading? That's what you got to do to get some learning in. But now, what verse?
Verse 21.
Skip down to verse 44, and we ain't going to read all that. Skip down to verse 44 and go ahead.
It is shown a natural body. It is raised a spiritual body. There is a natural body and there is a spiritual body.
It's a natural body and it's what? A spiritual body. So that's how many bodies? 2. I heard a brother preaching this 3 bodies. He said Adam, and it sounded decent. See, that's why something that sounds decent and sound good don't mean it's right. The brother said it was 3 bodies. He said you had a natural body, you had a pre-natural body, and you had a spiritual body. He said Jesus and Adam was the only ones with this pre-natural body, meaning they can do some stuff that no man can do. But Jesus and Adam had the same body. It's only 2 bodies. You got flesh and you got spirit. We're going to look at that a little bit too. It's 2 bodies we just read. I didn't read 3, but somehow, but it sounds good because we know Adam, he had some things going on. He was right there with the Lord. The Lord was teaching him. He's the first man. I mean, you've seen Jesus and some of the stuff he can do, but he still had a fleshly body. We're going to look at this. Let's go into Hebrews chapter 9. Hebrews the 9th chapter. Because, like I said, if you only live for this life, then you like the most miserable person out here. Because you guys, I ain't telling nobody to go ahead and see me. But if you ain't looking forward to the resurrection, what are you dealing with? What is it all about? But now, we're going to go into Hebrews chapter 9. And I want you to read verse 27. Hebrews 9, and I want you to pick it up at verse 27. When you get that, go ahead and read it.
As it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this, the judgment.
So it's appointed unto man once to die, and then after that, it's basically going to be the resurrection. Because you got to be raised to be judged. And that's why even Jesus said he come quickly, right? Because it's quick to every person in individual basis. Because the maximum man, he might get 130 years. I don't know nobody that's that old right now. But say a man get 130. You ever seen somebody get 150 nowadays? They ain't making it to that. Because once that's a short period of time. 150 years, that's nothing. Compared to eternity or compared to 900 years. Somebody Adam lived to 930 years. 100 years ain't nothing compared to that. In everlasting life, 930 don't got nothing on everlasting life. But the whole thing is, you looking at this, the Lord done cut man down, and he said it's appointed unto man once to die, and then after that, the next thing you know, it's going to be the judgment. This is how this is set up. We're going to look at it. Because the next time people wake up, this might have you woke up, and you're like, man, you fell asleep, and you're like, where am I at? You don't know where you at. That's how a lot of people going to wake up in the resurrection. Man, what is going on here? What this place is? Why, where the sun and the moon go to? But they're going to be in the judgment, like the resurrection. But we're going to go further in this lesson. Let's go into Daniel, chapter 11. We're just going to break this down a little bit. Because the Lord always have you go through this book to find out what he's talking about. He said, here a little and there a little. Line upon line, precept upon precept. To understand what the Lord is doing and saying. Now, Daniel chapter 11, and some people don't understand this resurrection. And if they did, they'll change some of the things what they're doing too. With fear and trembling. But now, Daniel 11, we're going to pick it up at verse 36. Daniel 11, and we're going to pick it up at verse 36. All right, when you get that, go ahead and read it.
And the king shall do according to his will. And he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every God.
Now we know this ain't came yet. This is a man that's going to be on earth that's going to exalt himself above every God. If I'm God, why I got to honor somebody else so much as God? But we're going to look at this because he think he's the most high God. But this is a man. He said he's a king too. But go ahead.
And shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods.
Against the God of gods. That's Jesus. Go ahead.
And shall prosper till the indignation.
But he gonna prosper. Why is God of gods gonna let him prosper? You think man gonna be able to prevail against this? If he gonna prosper what he doing against, and he gonna even come at the God of gods. All of us know we not the God of gods. Matter of fact, we know we not God yet until that resurrection. Well, go ahead and read it.
Be accomplished. For that is determined shall be done.
Go ahead.
Neither shall he regard the God of his fathers, nor desire repentance, nor regard any God, for he shall magnify himself above all. So this is a man that's going to magnify himself above all. We still looking at that time period haven't come yet, but we just reading through this, but we're going to skip down and pick it up at verse 45. Just skip down all the way down to verse 45 and read it. And he shall plant the tabernacle of his palace between the seas and the glorious holy mountain.
Now they said when you see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in a holy place, whoso read them understand. Because this man, they say he's going to plant his tabernacle and his palace between the seas and the glorious holy mountain. So this guy going to go into Jerusalem and set up. So that we just looking at what we looking at and look at this time period. Go ahead.
Yeah, he shall come to his end, and none shall help him.
So this guy that's going to exalt himself against the God of God is going to plant his tabernacle in the holy land, in the holy mountain, in Jerusalem. And he's going to come to the end, and ain't nobody going to be able to help him because that's when the Lord going to return to destroy him. So we just look at this is the end time, because we're going to go right into Daniel 12 and pick it up at verse 1. Daniel 12 and verse 1. All right, go ahead.
And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time.
Now this Michael standing up. Michael was an angel, but he didn't even call him a prince, because they got some kind of structure even among the angels. But he said Michael, he gonna stand up, the great prince for Israel. It's the end time. But it said at that same time, it's going to be trouble, such as never was since there was a nation. And this is going to be a terrible. See, this time hasn't come yet. We're just looking at it. We're talking about the end here. But go ahead and read it.
And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
And then what's going to happen? Go ahead.
And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake.
Many of the people that's dead, they going to do what? They going to awake. They're going to wake up. And what some going to do? Go ahead.
Some to everlasting life.
Some going to what?
Everlasting life.
So that sounds like some righteous people. But where they at? They in the dust of the earth. We're going to look at that because some people get to going up, want to circumvent that with words. That even the righteous people are in the dust of the earth. And they're going to wait to everlasting life. They're going to get that blessing that the Lord has been talking about. They're going to attain to this resurrection. But some going to everlasting life and some what?
And some to shame in everlasting contempt.
But some of them going to shame and they're going to go to some everlasting contempt. Go ahead.
And they shall be wise, shall shine as the brightness of the firmament.
And they that be wise going to shine. Go ahead.
And they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever.
And go ahead, verse 4.
But thou, Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end.
He said, shut up the word and seal the book, because this is for the end time. This is why we understand this thing so vividly, because this is for our time. See, it wasn't for Daniel to understand. Daniel ain't been around in quite a while. But we here, we looking at this and we seeing what's going on. Like, this talking about for our time, because we looking at Western Europe setting up. We looking at Putin coming to the forefront of history. Like, why is all of a sudden they doing so much talk about this? Why is the Lord seem like he put his eyes on the Catholic to let a Pope resign, which haven't happened in so much time? The Lord trying to open people's eyes, start paying attention. The Lord doing things and stuff is happening. And we looking at this prophecies. But go ahead and read.
Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
And there's going to be a lot of, and this is knowledge is increasing in our time. We on the internet looking up all the time and stuff, getting all types of information. You'll have to wake up in the middle of the night and go into some encyclopedia, you just grab a telephone and type in what you're looking for. Information starts popping up all over the place. Read till you get tired. But now, let's go further in this lesson. Let's go into John chapter 5. John the 5th chapter. And we're gonna be kind of bouncing a little bit back and forth, kind of seeing, because a lot of people say that the Old Testament and New Testament, like, it's two different gods, or it's two different type of situations. You still gotta live righteously. You still can't steal. I'm giving you Old Testament, New Testament. You still gotta keep the Lord's Sabbath day. Still want to change certain stuff. And we're gonna look at what that man says out there too. Why people pick and choose certain things? They don't want you to steal that day, but you don't gotta keep the Sabbath. How you gonna pick and choose? That's stealing them 10 commandments. Honor your mother and your father, but I can worship another God. No, that's still in them same 10 commandments. They was good in the Old Testament and they're good now. But we're going to go further, John 5, and pick it up at verse 27. Excuse me, John 5, and pick it up at verse 28. Read verse 28.
Marvel not at this.
Now, the Lord said, don't be, because some people are surprised at this. Go ahead and read what it says.
For the hour is coming, in the which all that are in the graves shall hear his voice.
Go ahead.
And he shall come forth, they that have done good unto the resurrection of life, and they that have done evil unto the resurrection of damnation.
So, nevertheless, it's going to be a resurrection, right? Whether you good or evil. So you might as well do the right thing so you can get a good resurrection. Because nevertheless, it's going to be a resurrection for everybody. And some people that's even evil need to know it's a resurrection and need to figure out what's taking place and what's going on and then make these adjustments. But he said some are going to go good and some people marvel at this. They think people have been having smiling down. You mean to tell me people in the grave, they surprised at this. This is how it works. We sit there, go to the funeral, we see the body get lowered in the ground. That ain't them, they ain't seeing it. But then you have somebody dig them up, open the casket, they still up in there. Oh, they came back right now. See, it's some trickery going on. It's some deception that's taking place. Because the Lord tell you they're gonna hear his voice. And it said, and Daniel we read some, they're gonna wait, some to everlasting life, and some to that shame. So we working on this everlasting life because it's a good resurrection. But he said some people are marveling at this. It's a surprise to them that my grandma, no, she in the grave. What you mean? No, she in heaven, man. No, she in the grave, brother. Some people are surprised at this teaching. And it's real simple, but we're gonna look at it further. Let's go right into John chapter 11. And like I said, we're gonna be bouncing back and forth a little bit because you're gonna see old and new. It's gonna be the same story. There's no difference. It's one God. It's one faith, one belief. Ain't like the Old Testament people, they believe something different than what we believe. We're gonna all be on one accord, one page. But now, John chapter 11, and I want you to pick it up at verse 14. John 11, pick it up at verse 14. When you get to go ahead.
Then said Jesus unto them plainly, Lazarus is dead.
Now, you know how you be talking to somebody sometimes and you try to tell them something in some type of way or you use some kind of terminology. They like, I don't understand what you're saying. Then you just say plainly, like Jesus did here. Man, Lazarus dead, man. Because he telling them Lazarus taking a sleep. They like, oh, well, that's good. Lazarus get a good nap in. You know, don't disturb him. He said, man, Lazarus is dead. So Jesus come out plainly and tell them this thing, right? Now, skip down to verse, what verse was that? Verse 14?
Get to.
All right, skip down to verse 21 and continue.
Then said Martha unto Jesus, Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died. But I know that even now, whatsoever thou wilt ask of God, God will give it thee.
Now, even now, I know since he dead, whatever you ask God, God will give it to you because you're doing the righteous thing. And that's why people even now, they don't understand who righteous and who wicked and all that. I don't know who is who. You gotta see what's going on. Some people don't understand stuff in real time. With real time, somebody's standing, they don't know that Jesus is the one that the Lord been talking about. Some people didn't understand that. But she understood it. She said, I know, whatever you ask God, He gonna give it to you because you the one that the Lord been talking about. But go ahead and read.
Verse 23. Jesus said unto her, Thy brother shall rise again.
Jesus said, your brother gonna rise again. Go ahead.
Martha said to him,
Martha said what?
I know that he shall rise again in the resurrection at the last day.
Ain't she totally clear on his knowledge?
Oh, yeah.
This sister is full of wisdom. She understands exactly what's taking place. You know how some of the brothers want to think the sisters don't know stuff? And there's a lot of wise sisters that understand what's going on. She said, I know he's going to raise again at the resurrection. She telling you exactly when the resurrection is, the last day. They are not going to raise before that. But you got some people, you know, they're ascended to heaven 15 minutes after they died and stuff. How do you know that? See, they play on the imagination of man. That's why I always tell them, if you get this dead person that they talk to, always in some closet when nobody else was around, or maybe somebody that agree with them, right? I said, let the dead person come to an event like this instead of talk to the people. Why? Because they playing with the imagination of man. People want to feel like my mother is in a good place. The good place is what the Lord is good. If the Lord say, hey, back to the dust, that's a good place. Until a point in time. Well, hopefully she was doing what was right. But you can't go according to your own understanding. You have to go with what the Lord said and what he written, what he had written. Now, what verse? 24?
25.
All right, let's go further. Let's go into Job chapter 14. Job chapter 14. Because this sister understood exactly when Lazarus, she said, I know he's going to raise at the resurrection on the last day. Because that's the time appointed that the Lord has said. And she's going with what thus saith the Lord. Now, I feel like Lazarus already made his transition. He already done made the homecoming. Lord, don't worry about that. She knows what's going on. But people nowadays, like, they don't know what's going on. One sister told me, I don't care what that Bible say. I know my grandma will be in heaven. We read to it, no man ever sinned. That's going to include your grandmother. I know my grandma will be there. I don't care what that book says. Like, wow. Sad to be stuck on the bus with this sister. But let's go into Job chapter 14. And we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Job 14 and verse 1. All right, once you get that, go ahead and read.
Man that is born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble.
Man is born of a woman a few days, ain't it? It don't take long. It's appointed unto man once to die. The next move is to resurrect. It ain't going to be long. It seemed like just yesterday, I was a teenager. Now I'm waking up with these pains like, ooh, gotta stretch out before I move around and stuff. Why? Like this few days, and then even when you're young, you get trouble. So don't think your children ain't going through some stuff too. We have to be merciful to them. Few days and full of trouble. Even when you're young. But now, skip down to verse 5 and go ahead. We're going to read all of it. Verse 5.
Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
All right, he said, seeing his days is determined in the number of his months, right? The Lord don't appoint the bounds that man can't pass that bound here that the Lord doesn't set. Because the Lord got a plan that he's working. Man, in this day, you're not going to go past 150, 200 years and all this. It's not going to happen because the Lord is working his plan. And we've seen a prophecy unfolding, and this time it's coming up on us. He said that the years of these 10 kings shall the God in heaven come and set up his kingdom. We looking at those 10 kings already forming up over here. We looking at those signing pacts and getting together and bringing their economy together and their armies and different things like that. We looking at information that's saying they the richest economy that the world has ever known. That's why I say they gonna just like come out of this deep pit. They gonna see it like our bottomless pit. Like where these people come from? It was always there. You wasn't looking at what the Lord is doing because people running their own thing. But now, go skip down. You ready? You finished verse 5?
Yes.
Skip down to verse 10 and go ahead.
But man died and wasted away. Yea, man giveth up the ghost, and where is he?
Man died and he gave up the ghost. Where he at? He in the grave. Go ahead.
As the waters fell from the sea and the flood decayed and dried up, so man lieth down and riseth not, till the heavens be no more.
If man gonna lay down and he's not gonna rise until the heavens is no more. Go ahead.
They shall not awake nor be raised out of their sleep.
And then they're gonna wait until the Lord make that call. He's not gonna wake up. It's not gonna happen. He's not gonna make this transition or this resurrection into that time. But go ahead and read.
Oh, that thou wouldest hide me in the grave.
Wait a minute. Now we look at all the things that the Lord did with Job, right? It's talking about how you consider the patience of Job and what he went through and all that, right? We read that in the book. You look at, the Lord didn't show the conversation between Job, what the Lord had with Satan. He didn't show that with all people, though I know that conversation happens more than that. Satan looking at somebody, or even the Lord say, you see my servant here? And then all of a sudden stuff start happening in your life. Your life started like, what's going on? The Lord got servants that's doing this thing, right? But the Lord showed that conversation. We see how Job was dealing. And we seen what the Lord testimony about Job. A perfect and upright man. One that feared God and he avoided evil. He's trying to get away from evil. You like some people that like to strive and they like to keep it going. They want to keep the argument going. Keep on pouring fire on them. And just leave it alone. The Lord said it ain't about strife and contention. But you should be able to work something out where it goes on kind of smooth, right? But go ahead and read.
Continue 13. That thou wouldest keep me secret until thy wrath be past, that thou wouldest appoint me set time and remember me.
Now, he said, now Job did all this righteous thing. He didn't say, Lord, bring me to heaven 5 minutes after. Because that other brother got there at 15. I've been doing real good. I'm a good servant. He said, hide me in the grave. Why would a man so righteous ask to go to the grave if you could go to heaven? Right away and stuff. He said, bring me to the grave. But that's what I'm saying. These people that's playing on the imagination. On somebody's own thoughts. I think that's how it is. But that don't mean that's how it is. Go ahead and read.
Verse 14.
But he also said, appoint me what? A set time. It's like he don't even know the time. Martha knew the time perfectly. Job know the time too. It's just some of the language that he's dealing with. And we're going to look at that again. Because it's just how he kind of talk. He's like, appoint me a set time. He know the set time. Is it the resurrection? Because he said, man going to lay down and he's not going to raise until the heavens be no more. So it's just how he kind of talking on that particular one. But go ahead and read.
Verse 14. If a man die, shall he live again?
Go ahead.
All the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change come.
He said, all these days, I'm going to wait until what?
My change.
Change. He knows it's going to be a change. His body got to change. But we're going to look at something. Go ahead.
Verse 15. Thou shalt call. Thou shalt call, and I will answer.
Did he say the Lord going to call? And those that will come forth, some to everlasting life, but it ain't tell the Lord call. He already know all what's going on, but it's sometimes how it's said, people get thrown off. And now it's almost like, well, see, he don't know the time of the resurrection. He know the time. He like, appoint me a set time. He know what time is that time already. It's just how he's talking. And some people get twisted up in the scriptures. That's why the Lord said some people twist the scriptures to their own destruction because they start misunderstanding what the Lord is saying and what he's doing. But go ahead and read it.
Thou would have a desire to work of thy hand.
And the Lord is going to have a desire to what?
Work.
The Lord is working a plan. The Lord is setting something up. You got to see, that's why I say you got to consider the operation of God. And some people don't consider what God operated and what he dealing with. But we're going to go further than this. Let's go to Job 19. Job chapter 19. Job chapter 19. And we're going to pick that up at verse 25. Pick it up at verse 25. Okay? Go ahead.
For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth.
On the last day, I know Jesus lives. You know who the Redeemer is. Didn't they say in Corinthians, the rock that followed the people, that rock was Christ? They knew about Christ. Now, they might not know that he was going to come in his father's name, so to speak. But they know who he was. They know the characteristics. That's why John the Baptist, when he sent his disciples to ask Jesus, Jesus told him the characteristics. He just come out and say, yeah, I'm the one you're looking for. He said, tell me what I'm doing. And he going to know that that's me, because that's what the book said he was going to do. He's going to comfort all that woman, bind up the broken heart. All these type of things that he said he was going to do, they do. That was him. He going to be preaching the gospel to the poor people. Because what poor got to lean on? You ain't got no money. I got hope in these words, but these things true, yeah. Because my money's short. When people with money, they might not hope in it so much. That's why I said hard for a rich man to get in. To even think about the resurrection, I don't believe in hope, afterlife. What you going to come back at? Some people don't believe that. And we're going to kind of look at that in the book. Because some people think you're talking crazy when you say that. You going, what? You're going to have some power. What kind of power you going to have? You be like Superman and stuff. Go ahead.
Verse 26.
Uh-huh.
And though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see God.
And see how he talked on that? He said, and though after the skin worms destroy this body, he said in his flesh he gonna see God. The skin worms gonna destroy that flesh. It's just how he used the terminology. We know that he knows it's gonna be a change. It's a fleshly body and a spiritual body. It's a natural body and it's a spiritual body. It's a terrestrial body, which is a fleshly body, or it's a celestial body, which is a spiritual or a heavenly body. He know about the two bodies, but you see how he talking? And some people get twisted up in language sometimes. He said, in my flesh, I want to see God. He just said the skin worm's going to destroy that body. That was the flesh. The next body is the spiritual body. So he knows what he's talking about. It's just you gotta know how to flow with what the Lord is having these brothers to write. But what verse is it?
Verse 27.
Go ahead and read it.
Whom I shall see for myself, and my eyes shall behold, and not another.
He said, I'm going to see him for myself. My eye. So he knows it's going to be a resurrection. Yeah. My eyes going to see him, not another. I'm going to see this thing. But he knows the skin worm is going to destroy his body. He knows he's going to go to the grave. He said, have me in the grave. See, we're looking at all this, and it's Old Testament. But you got some people that believe on the Old Testament, but they don't believe on the resurrection. These brothers, they looking forward to this thing. They're like, Lord, I know what you're going to do. Remember me and give me that change that you're talking about. But now, let's go further. Let's go, that's the end of that, verse 27? You ready to finish verse 27?
A couple more verses. Though my reins be consumed within me.
All right, good. Though my reins be consumed. Let's go into Romans chapter 8. Romans chapter 8. And we're going to see how the Lord says something over here, because the scriptures that you read, you're trying to put them together to gain an understanding. Like a puzzle. You get a puzzle, it's all scrambled up when you first get it. You start putting pieces together. Once you put it all together, it shows you the picture. Sometimes you got half of the picture. Sometimes you think a piece go right here, that piece don't go there. It looks so close. I don't know if any of y'all ever put together puzzles. You get a piece, it looks like it's the exact piece that go here, you can put it there. Then you find another piece, put it there, and it more perfect. It was a little bitty gap that you couldn't even see with the eye. But then you say, oh man, because you look for where this piece go in. And you take that piece, put that piece, oh, I see how this thing is. I don't mess up the picture a little bit. But that's just how this book is. You have to rightfully divide the word of truth. Some people don't put the scriptures together properly. But now, let's go into this Romans 8. And I want you to pick it up at verse 18. Romans 8, and pick it up at verse 18. Believe it or not, some people think it's it's not so bad thing to have a misunderstanding or to be confused. But we have to remember what God said and what He had written in His book. He is not the author of confusion. So once you start getting confused, that ain't God. We got to understand that. Once you start misunderstanding things, that's not God. And then what happens? You start going into strife and contention and anger and so other things that start happening too. Because you don't understand. Well, I'm just trying to get understanding. Hold on, but be calm, man. if you try to understand. But we, as a servant of the Lord, you get assaulted by people who don't understand. And then they get angry with you. I'm just trying to get up. Well, be calm. The Lord, you got to have patience too. You want to get in this book. You got impatience, you possess your soul. Because the servant of God might pop you upside the head too. Oh, people ain't ready for that. Servant of God will pop somebody. Some people don't know. Romans 8. And did you pick it up at verse 18?
Verse 18.
Verse 18, go ahead.
For I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
Now he said, I suppose that the sufferings of this present time, it ain't got nothing to the glory of that body. It's about to be revealed on us. No? Yeah, we're going to get it. As long as you know what the Lord said, you're going to get it. You believe on this thing. You know the call on the Lord. You know how to walk in his statutes and judgments, and you love this thing. Yeah, you're going to get what he says you're going to get. But if you're walking in that evil, you're going to get what he said you're going to get. You walking in that hatred, that contention, that strife, all these things, you're going to get what the Lord said those people are going to get. But now, he said we know it ain't going to be no comparison to what we're going to get. Go ahead.
Verse 19. For the earnest expectations of the creature waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God.
We earnestly expecting that body that the Lord talking about. That's why we doing this, for the resurrection. I'm earnestly expecting to get this thing, for keeping it silent, for turning away from the swine. Yeah, the sausage on that piece, it didn't taste bad to me when I ain't had no knowledge. It's a good piece of flesh. I was like, this that savory meat. It's all greasy and stuff. Yeah, that's cool. But the book said, the swine, though he part of the hook, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean unto you. So now I got the war. Let me pull up off of this. There's some other piece I got to deal with now. Simple as that. So I can attain to this resurrection. That's why I pulled up off that book. I ain't pulled up off the book just because it don't taste good or something. Yeah, that bacon with that thick stuff on it, that's crunchy, man, I'm fine. Those skins, I used to make some skins. Yeah, I didn't stop eating it. I stopped eating it because I read it, and they say, he said he throwing all those that was eating the swine that had behind the devil, basically, behind that one tree in the midst. He said he throwing them and he gonna consume it. I'm like, whoa, I don't want to be consumed. I'm trying to get it. Let me just leave that little book alone. Let me get some more chicken, man. You gotta think about this. Put that clean fish on there. I go to the restaurant the other day and people wanted at the pork. I said, nope. But let's go. What verse?
Verse 20.
Verse 20. All right, skip down and read verse 21.
Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption to the glorious liberty of the children of God.
This body is going to be delivered from this corruption. That's what the Lord's talking about doing for us. And to the glorious liberty to be called the children. And when you call the children of God, you're going to be like God. You're going to see him like he is. No man, the flesh can't look on God and live. But we're going to look at that. Go ahead.
Verse 22. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. 23.
Go ahead.
And not only they, but ourselves also, which are the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption to wit, the redemption of our body.
Now that's another word to use for the resurrection. The adoption. We waiting for the adoption. The adoption is this body getting redeemed from this corruptible body. Now the Lord made us subject to this body. You can't get out this body unless you die. So you got to deal with it. This body go through headaches, your knee hurt, ankles all swollen up, all type of stuff going on. My stomach been acting funny, jam my toe, all this type of stuff is taking place with this body. But you ended. The Lord made us subject to this body. But he let you see, but you nevertheless you see it's a body, right? like, man, they got the Lord know what he's talking about because I got this body. So he used you some so you can have some pain and understand what's going on. He said, this body get all that pain, but I got another body that don't get pain if you do this here. So I can believe it and see it. But some people aren't for that. For real, you go into the dust and tell the resurrection. That don't make sense. And they marvel at this thing. The Lord said, marvel not at this. This is how it's going to work. But now, go ahead and read.
Verse 24.
All right, that's good. Now, he said the whole creation is groaning, right? You go to work, people that don't even deal with the word, they moan and groan. Oh, my back. Oh, my leg. My nose been bothering. These old allergies been messing with me. This diabetes, I take these pills. I mean, all this stuff. Even people that don't, the whole creation is grown. Yeah. And everybody going to attain to that resurrection one way or another. You're going to get it one way or another. So you might as well prepare yourself to get a good one. That's right. Who say that I want that evil resurrection? No, man. I want that good blessed thing. But you got to do the thing to get the blessed thing. So we're going to look at this, because some people say you ain't got to do no works. All this bad teaching to cut you off from getting the resurrection. But now, let's go into Psalms chapter 17. Psalms chapter 17. And when you look at this lesson, it is really, like I said, a basic lesson. But you have some people that don't even understand the basic. So when you don't understand the basic, now you're going to try to get into open heart surgery. You don't even know you need a mask on when you come in the room or whatever. But I'm going to take the heart out of this business. Let's put the mask on, do something, these footies up. You know, don't even know the base stuff. But they want to get into some hard conversations sometimes. And you get people like that. And people nowadays, because knowledge is being increased, right? So people come in, and I don't know, some of you probably experienced this, should have, they asking some more harder questions than what I asked when I came up. I'm just talking about the Sabbath day, the dietary law. Now they want to ask you, what about this 1260 days? What's that all about? Hold on for a minute, let's get into this basic thing. I'll talk to you about this 1260 days. You understand this basic thing? You want to talk about 1260? Man, hold on. I got brothers that still studying the 1260, brother. You want to know, right? But this is some of the questions that's being asked that they might overhear a conversation. But I can joke, I overhear something, I'll be like, I keep it in my heart. You see how I did that? Somebody like, man, hold on. Somebody like, man, he pointed to his chest. I don't know if that's right. But I keep stuff in my mind until the time of point. I ain't quick to cut anybody that said, you don't know what you're talking about unless I know you don't know what you're talking about. Sabbath is the first day of the week. No, brother, not at all. You don't know what you're talking about. But now, Psalms, did you read that verse, verse 15? Psalm 17 and read verse 15. Go ahead.
As for me, I will behold thy face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake with thy likeness. Let's go to 1 John chapter 3. 1 John chapter 3. Look at what David said. He said, I want to behold your face. No man can see the face of God live, so he understands some things. And he said, I'm gonna awake, just like we've been reading about, with your likeness. I'm gonna be like God when I wake up. He knew this. This is a one from the Old Testament scriptures. That a lot of Old Testament people lean on. King David, strong brother, to a lion and a bear. I'm gonna be like him. Well, he was looking forward for the resurrection. What you looking forward to? He was looking to wake up like God. God, man, can't become no God. They wanted to kill Jesus because they said he talked like he was going to be equal with God. This is another crazy. Take him out there, throw him off that cliff over there. But when you like knowledge, sometimes you get too angry for no reason. 1 John chapter 3. We're going to pick it up at 1. Go ahead. Behold, what manner of love the Father hath restored upon us, that we should be called the sons of God. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not.
And then people think, like I said, they think you talking crazy. But they said, what type of love is this that God have been put on us that we should be called the sons of God because you're going to be like God? What type of love is this that the Lord is setting this up? It's some deep love that the Lord has for us. Why are he thinking upon man? Because he's going to make him God. Just like your child, they grow up, and at some point they can, before they're in diapers and stuff like that, right? And then they go through this process. Next thing you know, what they doing? They working jobs, paying bills, making children themselves, shooting guns, whatever. They do all what you do as an adult. That's what the Lord is doing. He's taking man through this process to become like him, to do the things that God does. But man can't see this. It's too big for some people. But this is what the Lord is setting up. But what verse? Go ahead. Verse 2.
Verse 2. Beloved, now are we the sons of God.
Now we the sons of God right now, but what?
And it does not yet appear what we shall be.
But we ain't getting no appearance on what we shall be at that time, because we don't get that other body. We in this fleshly body, so we just walking in this thing to get it. But go ahead.
But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is.
And we know when he appeared, we're going to be like him. Let's go into Hebrews 11. When he appeared, he haven't appeared yet. We still waiting for the second coming of the Lord. But when he appeared, we going to be like him, and you're going to get to look at God like he is. Because no man can see God as he is now and leave. You can't look on God's face and live. You're going to be able to see him now. Oh man, I see what you're about, Lord. You know your thing. It's a blessing. Now, let's go into Hebrews chapter 11, and we're going to pick it up with the 1. Hebrews 11 and verse 1. Hebrews 11. And we'll pick it up at verse 1. All right? Go ahead.
Now faith is the substance of things hoped for the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report.
By faith, the elders, they obtained a good report card. But some people, like they getting all F's. What type of resurrection you think they could be eligible for? That resurrection that they're going to raise you to the fire to everlasting shame and contempt that he talked about, because it's 2 resurrections. But if you perish and you ain't have no good report or a good report card, you're going to be in trouble. Like you get all F's, but I'm going to Yale. And as a matter of fact, they're going to give me a full ride and pay my full tuition. But I got all F's. And when I graduate, I'm going to be summa cum laude, whatever. With top honors. You got all F's, man. This is how some people looking at this thing. Like you're doing everything that's contrary to the scripture. Eating all the pork. Going to church on the wrong day. Don't go to church at all. Or pick when you're going to go. Well, I think I'm going to miss this weekend. I got something to do. Need to wash these clothes and get my car detailed. And but I'm getting that resurrection. Simple as that. You get all F's, but you're gonna get to the you're gonna take this resurrection. See, people ain't thinking about this thing right. But those of us that's doing what's right, we gonna get it. Skip down to verse 13 and read it.
These all died in faith.
These all ascended into heaven. These all died. He talked about all the righteous people, they died. That's what even Job said, put me in the grave. All these know and all this happened, but some people say you're going to see into glory and you're going to be looking down on the people when you die. Go ahead.
Not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth.
Now, they seen the promises what? Far off. Look at Abraham. Some what? 4,000 years ago or whatever. All these things, these people, but they seen it also far away thing. We looking at this thing up Like even though the boy tell you with his age, 74, something like that, about to be 75 or whatever, he said he looking to see this thing. Because we looking at what's taking place. So this thing ain't far off from us, but they see this thing afar off, like, no, that's the right thing. I'm going this way. I need to change my life and do this thing according to righteousness, how the Lord set it up. I need to agree with the Bible. They was good with that. But now this thing's so close and you got people, I don't believe that. That don't make sense that they went to the grave. I thought you go to heaven right now. And it don't make sense about the truth. But go ahead and read.
Verse 14. For they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country. And truly, if they had been mindful of that country from whence they came out, they might have had opportunity to have returned.
Now, it said they plainly, see, by doing such things, you plainly declare what you really believe on what you're trying to do. Sometimes about what you say or how you carry yourself. You if I see the smile on you, I plainly see, if I see that pork on your plate, I plainly see that you must don't understand the Bible, you don't care. I plainly see that by what you're doing. I don't have to ask a whole lot of questions or nothing like that. I plainly see it. I see you dancing around the church on Sunday morning, or you getting all dressed up, you about to go to sunrise service. I plainly see that you don't see some writings in this book that you don't see. I plainly see that. You can say, oh, I understand it, I see it. You can say, oh, I understand and see it, but I plainly see you don't see it by what you're saying and what you're doing. Some people don't understand these type of things. This is real life. This is what we deal with. Like the young people say, this real talk. This real talk deals with this Bible. But skip down to verse 39 and pick it up.
And these are all having obtained a good report through faith, received not the promise.
They obtained a good report, but they didn't get the promise. They didn't get that body that the Lord was telling us about. They didn't get that resurrection yet. They didn't rise right away. Go ahead.
Verse 40. God having provided some better things for us, that they without us should not be made perfect.
Okay, let's go into Psalms chapter 116. Psalms chapter 116. They not going to get it without us. You see that? The Lord tell us that they without us are not, because all we're going to get it at the resurrection on the last day. The story is consistent all over the book. So why you got all these ministers with all this education telling people that the person that made the transition? And he the educated one, people like, praise God, Pastor, praise God. Did you hear what he just said? Y'all heard him. My mama in heaven. Okay. What the book say? I don't know what the book say. And they get angry. Well, tell me what the book say. You got this kind of attitude. You really want to know what the book say? Well, you said the book say it. Psalms 116. Verse 9. See, I've been talking to a whole lot of people, and I'll be listening to that conversation because the Lord said you're going to be judged by the words how you speak and this attitude. That's why the Lord tell you forsake wrath, forsake strife and hatred, and all these kind of things. All that, the Lord is looking at all this. The angels sit there, yep, record all that. And people think it's just loose conversation. Psalms 116. And verse 9. All right, go ahead.
I will walk before the Lord in the land of the living. Verse 10. I believe, therefore have I spoken. I was greatly afflicted. I said in my haste, all men are liars.
Skip down to verse, that's Psalms 116. That's Psalms 116? All right, verse 9. What does it say? Read verse 9 again.
I will walk before the Lord in the land of the living.
Walk before the Lord in the land of the living. Skip down to verse 12.
What shall I render unto the Lord for all his benefits toward me?
And look at what David asked this question. What I'm going to do for the Lord for all these benefits he's given me? Especially for this resurrection. Or for them breaths you take. All them breaths the Lord give you, what you going to get to the Lord? That's a blessing. to be able to take them breaths. That's a blessing to be able to wake up with some strength and some help in the wake up period. But we don't. What you gonna do for the Lord? It's something you gotta do for all these benefits He's giving you. But some people say you ain't gotta do that. Just believe. Even believing is doing something. Cause if I'm gonna believe on something, usually I gotta read something, study something, or it's something I gotta do when I believe it. I believe I'm gonna get a paycheck every week. That's why I go to work. If I thought I was gonna get a paycheck by kicking up on my couch, looking at this TV, then I just kick up on the couch, look at the TV, and just wait for them to have a check. But they don't do it like that. They require for me to actually come there and do something. But I believe that I'm gonna get this check, but I got to do that work. It's simple. But skip down to verse 15. Did you read verse 15?
That was.
Skip down to verse 15 and go ahead.
Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of His saints.
All right, let's go into 1 Corinthians chapter 15. We're gonna look at why the Lord said that. It's a precious thing in the sight of the Lord with the death of His saints. So we should be ready to die pretty soon then, right? Nobody ain't ready to die that quick. But you got to understand what the Lord is. Why is it a precious thing in the sight of the Lord that His saints die? Like it's a good thing. We're going to look at that. Let's go on to 1 Corinthians 15. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, 1:5. And then we're going to pick it up at verse 35. Because the Lord said things, that's why I say you have to put it together and see what is He saying and why is He saying that. 1 Corinthians 15 and verse 35. And one of them brothers can turn that L up a little bit, or turn it down, brother. Because it is kind of warm. Verse 35. All right, go ahead.
But some men will say, how are the dead raised up?
Yep.
And with what body do they come?
See, some men will say that, but nowadays don't nobody ask that type of question. When the last time somebody asked you, how the dead get raised up and what body they come to? People don't ask you that too often. But go ahead and read.
Verse 36. Thou fool, that which thou sowest is not quickened, except it die.
That's why it's a precious thing in the sight of the Lord for His saints to die, because He knows you can't attain to this resurrection unless you die. You cannot be quickened or get life until you die. The Lord knows it. So when you die right, He know He gonna raise you up at the time appointed. And it ain't gonna be a long time frame. But we're gonna go further in this lesson. Let's go into Acts chapter 17. Acts chapter 17. And we're gonna see, because the Lord always tell you how He's doing things. And He wants you to know how He's doing things. I'm going to leave that cloth like the preach in a minute. Hallelujah. 17, we're going to pick it up at verse 18. Acts 17, and we're going to pick it up at verse 18. All right, once you get that, go ahead and read it.
Then certain philosophers of the Epicureans and of the Stoics encountered Him. And some said, what will this babbler say?
Now they are philosophers, and they looking at Paul, and they said, what is this babbler gonna say? Like he just babbling. And sometimes that's what they think you doing when you're talking to them about things. Like you just babbling something off, and you just talking some random talk, and you speaking what the Scripture's talking about. And they think something wrong with you, and they got a misunderstanding. Go ahead.
Others he seemed to be a setter forth of a strange God.
He sounded like he's talking about some strange gods. Go ahead.
Because he preached unto them Jesus and the resurrection.
Because he preached what?
Jesus and the resurrection.
They thought something was wrong with Paul because he preached Jesus and the resurrection. What we preach? Jesus and the resurrection. You don't think somebody thinks something wrong with you? What is Bible about to say? What are you going to say today? They used to say in my family, oh, who got him started? Don't say nothing about that book around here. He gonna start talking Bible problem. Go ahead and read.
Verse 19. And they took him and brought him unto Areopagus, saying, may we know what this new doctrine whereof thou speakest is?
So they want to know we want to know about this new doctrine that you're talking about. He He talking about Jesus and the resurrection, and all the Old Testament people knew about it. But they talking about like it's something new. Like they think we talking about something new. You talk about the Sabbath day, it's like you talk about some new thing that's been in the book from Genesis. The Lord set this up. You ask people, what's the day that the Lord have blessed? He blessed every day. Then you go read in Genesis, God blessed the seventh day. And then some people still say, well, I think he blessed every day. We read what he said. He said that for a reason. He let you know the day that he's setting apart. That he wants you to have a holy congregation, so on and so forth. But people miss stuff. Well, that don't mean that to me. Well, what it mean he blessed the seventh day? What that mean? So now you got to start reading some other scriptures, right? But some people lazy. And I don't like lazy people. But go ahead and read.
Verse 20. For thou bringest certain strange things to our ears. We would know, therefore, what these things mean.
Now, you bring some strange stuff to our ears. We want to know what this means. Go ahead.
For all the Antinomians and strangers, which were there, spent their time in nothing else, but either to tell or to hear some new thing.
And there's some people out here, they always want to hear something new. Go ahead and tell us what you're talking about, man. This new thing that you done learned. They think you go to some cult church or something. Tell us what this all about, man. I ain't never heard this before. You Israel. What you mean by that? I'm African American. And they think it's a strange teaching that you're coming with. Then when you start reading some stuff, how you on the stage, you came off the slave ships and all this and sold for bond men and bond women, and they slaying each other in the street, the young men, and then they stand on, you start reading stuff, they like, I kind of see what you're talking about, brother. Yeah, that's all I said. This ain't no strange thing. It's happening right before our eyes. But some people think you're doing something strange. But skip down to verse 31 and go ahead. Look what it says.
Because he hath appointed a day, and the which he will judge the world in righteousness.
Now, Paul knew this. The Lord, God have appointed a day. He got a set time already. Like Job, it sounds like he said, set a time for me. He knows it's a set time already. He done appointed a day that he gonna do what?
Judge the world in righteousness.
Judge the world in righteousness. Go ahead.
By that man whom he hath ordained.
And we know that man is Jesus. The Father appointed Jesus to judge all men. Go ahead.
Whereof he hath given assurance to all men, and that he hath raised him from the dead.
The Father raised him. Go ahead.
Verse 32. And when they heard of the resurrection of the dead,
what?
Some mocked.
Some people make fun when they hear when you start talking about Jesus and the resurrection. Certain things, man, going to become God and be going to be like God. What? That's crazy. That's ludicrous, brother. I understand that. But then some people mock. But then what it say also?
And others said, we will hear thee again of this matter.
And some people say, man, we want to hear more about this. Let's go on to Philippians chapter 3. You see how it says, some people said, we want to hear a little bit more about this here. But some people make fun and they start joking around. Man, this brother like we're going to raise up and be like Thor or somebody. We're going to have some power. I'm talking about you're going to have power in heaven and earth, man. That brother tripping. He done lost his mind over there at that church. But they think you're dealing with some strange teaching. But then when you start breaking stuff down, people think you're not, they start taking it serious. And when you start saying certain things, or showing certain things, they're like, oh, I ain't never know that. Yeah, it's strange to you because you didn't know it. Let's go on to Philippians chapter 3. And we're going to start at verse 8. Philippians 3 and pick it up at verse 8. All right, when you get that, go ahead.
Yea, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Jesus Christ, Jesus my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Christ.
See, all the stuff that I was dealing with, and that's how we got to get to, it wasn't about nothing to get this knowledge, the excellent knowledge that the Lord is putting out here, and dealing with this resurrection. Man, I want to know about this thing. But this thing is deep. But I see I'm in this body. So Lord said, it's a body that don't got no pain, you ain't got to cry. I want to know about that body. And I want to work with that body. I'm tired of working with this body. This body gets you in trouble. This body get tired. This body just get evil sometimes. I kill them all. And sisters too. Sister so sweet, I kill them all. I was pretty sweet. Just like a tiger. That's that body. That body gets you in trouble. What verse?
Verse 9.
But the Lord let us have fun with dealing with these lessons, but it's serious business.
Yeah.
This ain't no joke. Go ahead.
And be found in him not having my own righteousness.
It ain't about having my own righteousness and what I think. Well, I don't think that man go to the grave. Well, where do you think they go? Well, I think they go to purgatory. Well, where is that at? They just get it's a holding place before you. But Paul said, I don't want to have my own righteousness. I want to see what the Lord is saying. Go ahead.
Which is of the law.
Which is of the law.
But that which is through the faith of Christ, the righteousness which is of God by faith.
Go ahead.
Verse 10. That I may know him and the power of his resurrection.
See, I want to know about this resurrection and how powerful this thing is. And I want to know, because the Lord talked about some things, you're like, man, that's deep. I want to see this thing. I want to feel that. And Paul said, I want to know about this. And I count all that stuff that I was dealing with, that ain't about nothing compared to what I'm about to deal with. And this whole walk that we're doing is about this resurrection. You ain't looking forward to the resurrection. Like I said, the book said, you like the most miserable person out here. Like the most miserable man. Because you ain't looking forward to the resurrection. You doing all these things. You got brothers out here on the street preaching to people, dealing with things, but they don't even talk about the resurrection. Don't even believe on it. No resurrection. Why are you doing all this, hollering at people and all that if there ain't no resurrection, brother? That's some of the most miserable stuff around. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And the fellowship of his suffering being made comparable unto his death.
Go ahead.
If by any means that I might attain unto the resurrection of the dead.
If there any means I might get this resurrection from the dead. Skip down to verse 14 and go ahead.
I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of God in Christ Jesus.
He said he pressed toward what? That mark, right? Let's go into Daniel chapter 7. Daniel chapter 7. He said he pressed toward that mark for the high calling. Some people miss the mark. Some people miss the whole point. You doing something, performing a job, and you miss the whole point of what you're doing it for. Why are you building this plane? Is it not for it to get up in the air? Oh, I thought it was just going to ride around the airport on the ground. You missed the whole point, man. We need to get this thing in the air. And some people miss the whole point. Why are you doing all this? Why are you showing up in church, clapping, singing, paying tithes, whatever it is, if there's no resurrection? What's the point? This is what we're doing this for. To attain to that resurrection and to see the power that's in. I want to know about this resurrection, this fellowship. And then we deal with this suffering because people come to you thinking you crazy when you're talking about these things. We deal with the fellowship of this suffering that Jesus had to deal with. He said, consider Jesus that endured such contradiction against himself from sinners. It was sinners that contradicted Jesus. And he had to deal with that. He the creator, but he contradicted and don't understand. And by somebody that don't understand something. Well, I don't think that's what it means. It don't matter what you think, or what you feel, or what you believe in some instance. It's about what you know. You need to know what's going on and taking place. I know that my mother went to the grave. I know that. I ain't like confused. I think she up in heaven smiling down, having a good time right now, flying around. Where's in the book that said they're gonna be flying around too? Lord said it's going to be some kings and priests and governors, and it's going to be like a government structure dealing with laws and statutes. Still going to deal with it's going to be a whole setup, and you talking about flying around. Can't wait till I get them wings. Where you get this from? That's all you're going to do is fly around all day. This is a beautiful thing, just a fly. Like one sister told me that didn't even met me for the first time. She say, yeah, I know, she said, she called me a pastor. Hey, Pastor Sidney. I said, I ain't no pastor. She said, well, I know you go to church and I know y'all strict too. That's what she heard about me from other people. That's deep. She heard about me from other people and said that about me. That's why you don't know how people deal with stuff and how people come to you and say certain things. You're like, man, because that was deep to me. I'm like, I ain't never told you where I go. So on, it's nothing about the teaching. But she said, yeah, I know you go to church and y'all strict too. Somebody once told her what church I go to, and she must have went and looked it up or something. I didn't even ask her how she know. I just like, hey, this is deep. I was like, I gotta watch myself. He acting crazy, you know, like, he ain't gonna serve nothing, Lord. You know they're gonna pull it on you anyway. So you gotta watch yourself. But that's why this thing is a diligent walk. It's the Lord called it that you being circumspect with it. You walking circumspectly, meaning you real careful with how you do things, how you treat people, how you talk. You just slip off like, you know, whatever. So now let's go further. What we at, brother? I got lost. Daniel 7?
Daniel 7.
All right, let's pick it up at verse 9. Daniel 7 and verse 9. All right, go ahead.
I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit.
Go ahead.
Whose throne was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fury flame, and his wheels as burning fire.
So you're looking at the Lord sitting on the throne. Go ahead.
Verse 10. A fiery stream issued and came forth.
And he looking at the end, because he said, I seen when all the people in power was cast down. All these people that's running things, he said, I seen to their thrones and their power was cast down. But go ahead and read it. Look what it says.
From before him thousands ministered to him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him.
Go ahead.
The judgment was set, and the books were opened.
See, he understood that. He understood about the end. The judgment is appointed unto man once to die, and after that it's going to be the judgment. He looked at this thing. He looked at how the Lord cast all these dominions down. Because it said Israel going to be the dominion over all the dominions. And the law going to flow forth from Zion. And the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. But now, we're going to look, let's go further. Let's go into Daniel chapter 12. Daniel chapter 12. He said he was looking all the way to the end. The judgment, the books was open, and the judgment was set. So point unto man once to die, and then after that, the judgment. And pick it up at verse 8. Daniel 12, and we're going to pick this one up at verse 8. All right, once you get that, go ahead and pick it up.
And I heard, but I understood not. Then said I, O my Lord, what shall be the end of these things?
And you can hear something you won't understand. You hear somebody talking, but you don't really understand where they're going with it sometimes. But that's why you don't get angry, and that's why you gotta tell people that is not dealing with the word so much. The book tells us that let every man be quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to anger. That applies to people that's trying to talk to you and not talk with you about the word. And I quoted that to some people, and then you want to dialogue with me about the word, but the book telling you, and you say you believe the word, you're trying to teach me something, the book tells us let every man be slow to speak. Quick to hear, listen, and slow to get angry. I tell the folks that go out to minister to people, don't be quick to argue with them or jump on somebody. Listen to what they say so you can answer rightly. And once you cause people to understand it, it's a lot of times it's less controversy anyway.
Right.
But some people you can't really understand. It's like you have to keep it moving. But now, what verse?
Verse 9.
Skip down to verse 13. Did you finish verse 9?
No, I read it.
Oh, go ahead, read verse 9.
And he said, Go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end.
He said, go your way, Daniel. The words are sealed up to the time of the end. Now skip down to verse 13 and go ahead.
But go thou thy way till the end be.
Now he's going to the dust. Go ahead.
For thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of the days.
Now you're going to get what you got coming at the end of the days. We're going to stand in his life, but it's at the end of the days. They all do this. It's all we're talking about. It's all on one accord. Old Testament, New Testament. Now, let's go back to 1 Corinthians chapter 15. And then we just got two more places after this. 1 Corinthians chapter 15. We got two more places after this. Because this Corinthians got a lot of stuff that deals with the resurrection. So we're going to pick up at verse 20 this time. 1 Corinthians 15, I'm going to pick it up at verse 20. All right, go ahead.
But now is Christ risen from the dead and become the first fruits of them that slept.
Go ahead.
For since by man came death, by man came also the resurrection of the dead.
Since man sinned, man had to die. Jesus had to do that. Go ahead.
For as in Adam all died, even so in Christ shall all be made alive.
So everybody in Adam all died. So in Christ, all gonna have this body. Even the people that resurrect from the fire. They gotta have a body to stand before that judgment. And the Lord dealing with them like that, and to go into that fire and burn, they gotta have a body to sustain them. So we're gonna look at something. Skip down to verse 51. See what it says. Verse 51, go ahead.
Behold, I show you a mystery.
I'm gonna show you a mystery, he said. This some people is this some mysterious things to some people. Go ahead.
We shall all sleep.
But what?
But we shall all be changed. In a moment, in a twinkling of an eye.
And some people might ask, well, how long is it gonna take? How long is that process to do all these people to make them a change? It said in a moment. And just like you blink your eye. And then what time is gonna happen?
At the last trump.
Some people don't even deal with the Feast of Trumpets. We deal with the Feast of Trumpets every year. We know how many trumpets it is. What trumpet is the last trumpet? The seventh trumpet. Some of y'all ain't confused about how many trumpets it is. I heard like 2 voices. I thought it was 13, bro. Seventh trumpet. It ain't gonna be no long process. It's gonna happen at a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, just like you blink your eye. That's how the change is gonna take place. And they're gonna be in that body. I gotta see this thing. I'm like, man, this is a powerful thing here. That's my Paul, like, man, I gotta see the power of this resurrection, what the Lord talked about. They know about this. Paul had this Corinthians written by his hand. He know about this. He writing all this. He sees what's going on. Go ahead and read it.
Continuing 52. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and shall be changed.
The dead gonna be incorruptible, and we gonna be changed. Go ahead.
Verse 53. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality.
Don't tell me the mic went out right now. We all got it. He got it back.
Amen.
In the twinkling of an eye, he on another one. All right, what verse was it?
Verse 54.
All right, read verse 53 again.
53. For this corruptible must put on incorruption.
This corruptible must put on incorruption. You going to get another body. Everybody gonna change, whether you is righteous or whether they evil. Go ahead.
And this mortal must put on immortality.
And people gonna be immortal, so that's why you might as well make it good, right? I'm going for that good resurrection. I need that body that ain't gonna be crying and weeping and gnashing some teeth, because I'm all angry and stuff. Man, I could have did this thing. You know what people gonna be done, man? I can't breathe. He messed me up. Preacher right there next to a good. Cause some bad teaching. Go ahead.
Verse 54. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality,
that happened? Go ahead.
then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory.
Let's go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, and then we got one more place. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, and then we got one more place. this is what this is all about, this change. This mortal putting on immortality. I need this immortality. I need that body that's not going to crack. That body that can see God how he is and be like God. And then David said, what? Oh, we on the way without weapons. He was confident in that. He know he walked in these laws. He messed up some, but he repented and got back on straight. And see, that's why repentance comes into you. You might slip and mess something up, but you got to straighten that thing out before the time that you get cut off or before this resurrection. See, we work in progress, so you mess some things up, but you repent. David is a good example. Because he was the king. And some people want to see the king did it, so why can't I do it? No, I ain't going with that. I don't care what the king do. I got to do what I got to do to get this thing. But what the king do? What the king say? I don't care what he said. I'm going on what does the book say? That's what you got to go with. Because some people do that and they start straying off the path. Or looking at what the king did. The king committed, he had more than one wife. So it must be right. No, that don't mean it's right. That's right. He was still man. But he repented for his transgression. But it don't mean it's right. Because not only did he do that, then he gonna kill the man. He devised a wicked man. I gotta deal with this cat. And he's still around. He gonna go home. He just go home and sleep with his wife. The man sleeping. He's sleeping out with Israel. Ain't no way Israel out there warned, and I'm about to go to my home and eat and bath and feel good with my wife. Israel out there scrapping. He wouldn't go home. The Lord set it up. But the Lord showed you things, and if you're paying attention, you will see how the Lord set things up. And you will get understanding. But now, pick it up at verse 13. We're going to 1 Thessalonians 4, and we're going to pick it up at verse 13. This is a popular verse that some people know about but don't understand. 13, go ahead.
But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren.
He said, I don't want you to be ignorant, my brothers. Go ahead.
Concerning them which are asleep, that you sorrow not, even as others which have no hope.
So don't sorrow for, know if somebody walk right. It's a precious thing in the sight of the Lord that his saints die. The Lord okay with that because he know he's going to raise them to everlasting life. And he know they're not going to get it except you die. You cannot get that body except you die. Because some man will say, what body will they come? That which is not quickened except you die first. You ain't going to get that body except you die. So now he said, we ain't going to all sleep, but we going to all be changed. And he said, brother, don't sorrow for those that's asleep. Like people that don't have no hope. No, you know they're going to get their resurrection. The Lord is okay with them. Died because they was doing what was right. They died in Christ. Go ahead and read.
Verse 14.
For what?
For we believe that Jesus died and rose again.
And if we believe on the resurrection of Jesus, and we doing this thing, we're going to get it. Go ahead.
Even so them also which sleep in Jesus will God bring with him.
And then the ones that sleep and that die dealing with the word, the Lord gonna bring them. They're gonna be in the kingdom. You don't gotta be all sad for the one that died if they died dealing with this word. No, I know that sister, she was keeping silent. She was there everywhere. So on and so forth. She ordered her house. The brother ordered his house. So on and so forth. Go ahead and read.
Verse 15. But this we say unto you by the word of the Lord.
Go ahead.
That we which are alive and remain until the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep.
Go ahead.
For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout.
That the Lord gonna do what? Descend from heaven. It ain't like we going and we taking all this up to the Lord. People say we going to ascend and be with the Lord. No, he coming down. And some people don't know the difference. They're coming and going. We have to explain everything nowadays. The Lord is coming down. Go ahead.
With the voice of the archangel. And with the trump of God.
What's that trump? That's that seventh trump. With the trump of God, go ahead. And what's going to happen?
And the dead in Christ shall rise first.
The dead in Christ going to raise on up. Go ahead. They're going to rise first.
Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds and meet the Lord in the air.
See, and some people grab that and say, see, we're going to heaven. They read this one verse. We're going to heaven. See, we're going to be with the Lord. We're going to be in the air. But if you know other scriptures, you know how it's set up. We coming back down to the earth. And it makes more sense that way, and the Lord got other scriptures to let you know we coming back down. But they'll read one or two verses. See, it say we're going to meet the Lord in the air, and we're going to forever be with the Lord. We're going to the air. The Lord talking about giving you land forever. The land ain't the air. The Lord descended is not ascended. He's coming down. You have to explain everything to people. Like I said, people don't know whether you're coming or going, what the land is, what the air is. You're not going to be in the air forever, even though it's written like that. But some people call on this. And they will not let this go. They're going to be in the air with the Lord forever. This is the scripture that tell you they're going to heaven. And it's talking about the dead in Christ and all that, and they miss all of that. But go ahead and read.
Ending of verse 17. And so shall we ever be with the Lord.
Go ahead.
Wherefore, comfort one another with these words.
Comfort one another with the words of understanding. Let's go into John chapter 6. Don't comfort one another with no lies and twisted scripture. But you're trying to comfort somebody, you want to explain something to somebody you don't even understand. You're going to try to educate them and comfort them, and you don't know what you're talking about. Right? Hold on, bro. Be cool. But this happens. Like I said, this is real life, baby. I hope y'all experience some of this stuff I've experienced. When I be talking to people, I be sometimes like scratching my head, like, how did they really come up with this? And they think what I'm saying don't make no sense. What you saying ain't make no sense. That's how I think. Sometimes you don't say it, because you have to be merciful, and you have to try to see what people to help them out. Because we are ministers of reconciling. Trying to get people back in fellowship with God. And trying to see what the Lord is saying. So you be patient.
Yeah.
But sometimes you do. You have to walk away, because you just can't get through to some people. Because they got their own way of thinking. No matter what you say, they just going to say something on their belief. Well, this is what I believe. Stick with it. We'll see in the end what the Lord got to say. Like Moses said, he told him, he said, let's have a challenge. Put your fire in your senses. We're going to see who the Lord is with this day. See who the Lord, whose side the Lord on. How the Lord see this day. Because some people misunderstand stuff. And sometimes you have to do it. But now, let's go in this last place. We're going to John chapter 6. And this is the last scripture here. John chapter 6. Usually my lessons be short. This one went a little bit longer. I actually like short lessons. But some lessons you just can't cut. So the people that like short lessons like me, you have to deal with the long ones when they come. So this is John 6, and we want to pick it up in verse 39. John 6 and verse 39. Go ahead and read it.
And this is the Father's will, which have sent me.
And it's the Father's will, because some people say that they worship the Father. And they try to skip past Jesus. We got people that's like that out here. Or I honor the Father. So this is the Father's will. That what? Go ahead.
That of all which he hath given me, I should lose nothing, but should raise it up again in the last day.
When he gonna raise the people up that the Father have given him? The last day. Not before the last day. Not 30 minutes after they perish, he gonna raise them up and bring them up there. And they ain't going up there anyway. Because they going to Jerusalem. But some people thinking 30 minutes after I die, he's going to raise me up and bring me up to be in glory with him. Where's that written? That's why you always ask, what is written? That's what Jesus told say, what's written? Go ahead and skip down to verse 40 and go ahead.
40, verse 40. And this is the will of him that sent me, that everyone which seeth the Son and believeth on him.
Everybody see the Son and see what's going on and believe on him. Go ahead.
May have everlasting life.
These people gonna live forever and they gonna know something else. What they gonna know?
And I will raise him up at the last day.
And they they know that he gonna raise that person that believe on him and that see what he dealing with, he gonna raise them at the last day. So who is these, all these, because if you go to these funerals, it's countless people, countless, that's already up there, and they done already got the promise that the Lord said they're not gonna get it without us. They done already resurrected before the last day. How has that happened? They done already got the everlasting life before the last day. See, this is all teaching is bad, but it's being put out here. So that's why I say this is a basic lesson. But you'll get some pointers out of this so you can talk to some people. When you talk to them, you kind of straighten some of this stuff out. But now, skip down to verse 44 and go ahead.
No man can come to me except the Father, which have sent me, draw him. And I will raise him up at the last day.
When you gonna raise that man up? Last day. This is all talking about the last day. The one that come to Jesus, that the Father sent, the Father drew him. He said he not gonna raise him up until the last day. So I hope somebody got some understanding dealing with this lesson. I appreciate y'all time today and to know that you must keep these commandments to obtain that resurrection.